All right, you are tuned in to Cannabis and Coffee with LaTosque. And today I have the outspoken gents, Cody and Captain John. So,
Yellow.
welcome,
What's up, man?
fellas. How are y'all?
I'm good, dude. It's actually a cannabis and Lacroix type of day,
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
but that's just because they were on sale. That's all it was.
I like LaCroix myself. I'm a LaCroix fan. What about you, John? What you drinking on today?
I was drinking on you, Darvish, and that's fucking me in the ass. So that's what I'm drinking on right now.
You
Well,
you you were drinking on that?
Yeah.
We
Oh
didn't talk
yeah.
about picks this morning, and now I don't even want to see what's going on.
Yeah. Just we'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
so first of all, I want to say thank you all for coming in on the podcast. It's definitely a pleasure to have y'all. I met y'all, over 10 years ago now?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Been boys for 10 years. We also want to thank you, man, for coming on our show, the Outspoken Gents. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Shameless plug.
Mm-hmm.
We're also on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts at Outspoken Gents. But LaTosque, man,
Hey,
thanks for coming on our show
thank you for
on
having me. That
Thursday.
was amazing.
Yeah, no, man, it was a lot of fun. We've gotten a lot of great reaction out of it. A lot of people seem to like what we put down. So yeah, that was really exciting. But yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, man, this is my pleasure. Excuse me for, I should have been more
You
prepared.
making yourself some
Trying to get,
mimosas?
yeah, man, trying to get this damn Starbucks out of the way. I was feeling lazy, so I didn't want to make a chai tea latte today with my David Rio mix. Shout out to David Rio and Ground Control Coffee right down the street from here. So I ended up just going to get caramel macchiato.
From
However
the
you
store,
say
from the
it,
gas
yeah,
station. You
from
got
from motherfucking fries, and and I
From the
pour up my own little
7-Eleven.
drink at the house.
fries like the electronics store.
Ah, so they're Fry's Electronics in Vegas, right? Down
Yeah.
here is grocery stores.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And before we start to get into topic, I want to just do a real quick shout out to my favorite rapper in the game because I finally got my hands on some Khalifa Kush.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, what a treat.
Listen, I went through that half so fast. I don't even remember.
Yeah, no,
opening the
absolutely. Why
first.
would you? And that's the best part about it. You find the pinnacle of the earth and you can't remember shit about it. It was that
Good
good,
lord.
you know?
Man. And so right now, I got a joint of the KK rolled up, and I'm over here stuffing up a cone of Dream Queen from
Oh,
Nature's Remedies, who actually
how
has
many
some of the
sponsors do
best.
you have on the show, LA?
Well,
These guys are getting a killer deal.
there's a few dispensaries that show me a lot of love when I go in there. So I tell them
Fair
I'll make
enough.
sure that I'll take care of them when I do my plugs.
Get
Yeah,
that
no,
shit
So
in
shout out
absolutely.
to
bulk.
Nature's Remedy in Glendale. Stay plugging me up with the great shit, and shout out to Wiz and Khalifa Kush for what y'all doing. Let's get right into it, man. So we said we met 10 years ago at college.
Hmm.
Um, what have y'all been up to since then? Like, what happened after Greenville? If you want, I know we briefly touched on it over on your podcast, but I want to be able to let everybody know what's going on over on this side.
John?
So left there and started working at AutoZone, which was really bad. And then went and worked at O'Reilly Auto Parts, which was also really bad. And then there was an internship for repairing surgical instruments, which came out of nowhere. And went to Minnesota, tried out for it, did really well, impressed a lot of people.
Hmm.
And then they're like, we got an older guy out in New York City. He's getting ready to retire. So if you can handle it, go try to make it out there. And put all my shit in a storage unit. Flew out to New York City. And I pretty much built my shit up from the ground
Wow.
to the
Building
point
an
where,
empire.
Yeah, pretty much I did. To where to now it's starting to get into Jersey and it's starting to go into New York, the state, heading to the Canadian border,
Like Albany.
It's
like
beautiful.
Albany. But it was super fucking scary, man. The first time I came around that turnpike and saw the New York City skyline.
New York!
You know, like Greenville. Greenville was big to me.
Yeah.
I'm a small town kid. So,
Oh, so what about your hometown? Like, about how many people were in your hometown?
what my graduating high school, I think, was 500 in the whole high school.
Oh, wow.
So we only had 2 main roads in and out. It was small. It was just like Greenville, smaller than Greenville.
That is small. That's
So
great.
I mean, I've been to Chicago a couple times, but New York City's a whole nother animal, man. It's a whole nother animal.
Congratulations, man. I'm
Scary.
definitely
Some of my
happy for you.
scariest stories, like going out, are in the city of New York.
Yeah.
Like one of the reasons I'm so calmed down from like 2 or 3 years ago is because of one night in New York.
It was a humbling night, huh?
It was oh yeah, absolutely, and it was the best night.
It's best with my personal life now too, to where like if I fuck up and I lose 15 minutes in a day, I get so pissed off and it ruins my whole day.
Oh man,
Like the smallest little thing. Like I got stuck in traffic or I made a wrong turn somewhere. Like now my shower is going to be 15 minutes later, which means that now me watching TV, it's 15 minutes. Like it's my whole
Just throws
psyche
you
is
all out of whack.
dude, it's so messed up. So messed up.
that's what I was telling you earlier, LaTosque. I was like, you texted him 30 minutes early, and he is like on his coffee run, like his pre-podcast coffee run, and he just like shit a brick. Like, wait, are we doing this now? Like,
Yeah, he was like, wait, hold on.
I was like, John's the guy. If you tell him 3:30, it better be 3:30, you know, or if you tell him 3 o'clock, it better be 3 o'clock. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
'cause
we're
here
getting
I
on,
was-
we're
I was
chatting, and then
thinking he was on the same time frame as you, but I didn't know he had moved to New York.
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
So that's why when he said 3 o'clock, I was like, holy shit, he's talking about a whole nother hour from now. We'll be
Yeah.
starting
Well, that's
the
how-
podcast by now.
yeah, that's how the Outspoken Gents originally got started. Was there was 4 of us. There was one guy in California, one guy in Texas, or 2 guys in Texas, and then John in New York, and then that other buddy from Texas was going between Florida and Texas all the time. So it was like 4 different time zones. You're having to coordinate things through 4 different time zones, and it was
That made it real difficult, I bet.
yeah, it was a phase that we went through. So, but still a lot of fun. For me, man, getting back to your question, I moved back to Las Vegas. Same thing. Same story as John. I was unloading containers for a living. Really glorious work installing hotel furniture. Really great work. Like I said, great job. Great guys. Some of my best friends came from there. One of the other Outspoken Gents, Johnny, that's how I met Johnny initially. But yeah, man. And then, eventually got my lucky break in project management and sales, and, really started kind of like hitting the ground running professionally. All the while, like after Greenville, man, like, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like I had a concussion like at the end of my senior year of high school. And then I had 3 concussions my freshman year of college. So like that.
I definitely remember you having some medical things going on with football, and that was the reason why you ended up like sitting a lot of the time was because of the concussions and stuff.
Yeah, man, and and then go out for track, and then have to have my ankle rebuilt and everything like that. That very next spring semester. You kind of don't get over stuff like that. And I started turning to, I wasn't really a big pothead, in high school or even, really that much in college. But, like when I moved back to Las Vegas, is kind of when I found, cannabis, and I really wanted to not be a pothead. You know what I mean? I really wanted to find, high quality stuff. And, I'd been introduced to some people in Illinois who, when I was living there, who, kind of, upped my game a little bit in terms of like what level I wanted to be on, on the cannabis side of things, because you don't want to be a pothead, man. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you enjoy, cannabis, that's kind of where I am, it's a terminology type of thing. But yeah, that's when I found, pot, quite honestly, and it's been a really great relationship all the way through, kind of working through, figuring out how it works with me, and finding strains that I like, and, finding strains that help me, and I can say I'm a lot better off now than I was, 7 or 8 years ago, you know what I mean, when I left Greenville.
That's good, man. That's beautiful. For me, it was a different journey. Like I said, I was when I originally got to Greenville that first semester, I was going for political science,
Yeah. You
and
wanted to run
so
for
like I
governor,
was,
didn't you?
I wanted to do something similar to that.
Yeah.
But it's like politics just didn't really fit right with what I learned that all of the shit that you had to do. So
Doesn't
I
fit anywhere.
I was like, you know what? I'm already good at writing, good at poetry. I'll start converting that to music, and I'll start like building something like that. And maybe on down the road, I'll get into lobbying, which would be the door into that. Um, but it was a crazy journey, and honestly, I had picked up smoking weed probably after my first semester at Greenville. Like picked up heavy smoking after my first semester at Greenville because I was a fucking freshman in college and not knowing what the fuck to do with out at a school
Yeah.
miles away from home, surrounded by people I barely even knew, and
Yeah, and that's how
so
you get to know people, man. That's how you get to know one another, like on a
sure.
deeper, truer level. Like some of the people that I've, you know, uh, smoked pot with, like, are some of my best friends in the whole wide world. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to this day, even the relationship that we had, LA. I don't know if we ever did or not. I'm sure we had to at some point.
I don't think
What?
so. I know I didn't. I don't think I ever
Smoke
smoked in
weed?
LA. Yeah.
What?
Ah,
Maybe.
No, no. Listen, we definitely. I remember specifically one night. I came.
no names.
All right. I came in the room. It was in. The only name I'll say is the dorm. It was in Holtwick, and all of us were staying over there. I mean,
Yeah. They put all of us sophomores
I was
and I was like,
the
oh, this
way
is
we
gonna
were
be a
able to
problem.
finesse that because you
Yeah.
had to be an upperclassman. But I already knew I was going to get it because I stayed too close to the school, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to stay off campus. It'll save me money. And
Yeah.
they were like, all right, so we don't want you to do that, so we'll give you the upper class dorms. And I was like, bet. So
Same thing they did here. I think John actually got it first because he was actually a so-so student, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go be roommates with him. 'Cause that's what I did the first. That's what I did the
this
first
is my
semester.
roommate.
I was like, I'm not gonna be this guy's roommate. I'm gonna go be roommates with this guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because John, you remember how we met, right?
I remember chewing something
I
about
remember.
chewing.
So I gave you a
Yeah, this
ride,
guy
like it was
stayed
like
with the
first
chick.
or second practice of summer camp.
Yep.
And like, again, you dude with the car. Hey, can you drive me back? Yeah, no problem. Like 17
Yep.
dudes in the car, and you saw the dip cup. You're like, hey,
He
chew.
did.
And I was like, yeah. Why you chew? He's like, yeah, I do.
I get one in real quick.
Put one in real quick. He's like, so we're good here. I was like, we're good here.
Well, then we had the ties to Illinois too, so it kind of made it a little easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
First time
sorry,
I
LA. We
smoked
got. Go ahead.
That
We've
K2
definitely
spice.
the
Do you
what?
remember that little mobile home that used to sell the K2 spice?
Yeah, I was about to say I was gonna bring that up too, but I didn't know how y'all felt about it. But
That
it
was
was
the
a
first
spot
time I
that
ever
was
smoked
bright.
anything.
Wow.
That was the
Damn.
first time I'd ever smoked anything. Cigar, cigarette,
We corrupted this
anything.
guy, Cody.
Dude,
Apparently so.
I haven't smoked in at least 7 years.
Wow. Oh yeah. So if you don't mind, like, if you don't feel comfortable, don't
No,
go
no,
over
yeah.
it. But
Okay.
you mentioned that you wanted to talk about your journey with cannabis and the reason why you're not um, a big fan of it anymore. I would really love for you to display your opinion and how you feel about the subject on this platform.
So, Greenville, I got heavy into it. And then when I came home, like I was against it. Like, I remember junior year of high school, I was throwing away my brother's stuff, flushing it down the toilet.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, like I was against it big time. And then once I went back home, I walked into a garage and there were some people that I knew that were very close to me that were doing it. And I was like, fuck, well, I was doing this at school. Like, and it was a close relationship that I had. And, just turned out they were big time players in the whole thing. So I got stuck on it. And one night while I was smoking, I took a Vicodin.
Oh.
And it got to the point to where I was smoking like an eighth every 2 days and then eating 10 or 15 Vicodin at the same time. And once you get that Vicodin addiction, you can't. It's so hard to go back to weed because it doesn't do anything. Like it'll make you.
Once you find that cocktail, once you find that cocktail, it's tough to get off of it. You know what I mean?
But then once the guy I would get Vicodin from, then he got onto Oxycontin.
Ugh.
So I started eating Oxys 2 or 3 a day, and then I got into this car accident actually because I was going to pick some shit up on my way to work. And I got into the car accident, and while I'm sitting in the ER, they're like, oh, Vicodin's not working for you. I'm like, well, no shit, because I eat fucking 20 of those a day. But I'm not saying nothing because I'm going to play the system to get my pills. So
yeah.
They're like, well, fuck, we're just boost you up to 40 milligrams of Oxy every 4 hours. I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. So I'm playing the fucking system. So long story short, for about a year and a half after that, I was on 250 milligrams of Oxy a day. And then 3 30-milligram morphine extended release tablets too. So it was about 2.5 years and I couldn't smoke. The other reason too was because they drug test you. So I'm not gonna ruin my chance at pills to smoke.
Oh, man.
Even when I could smoke, I was such a piece of shit. Like, I'd just fucking sleep. I wouldn't want to go do nothing. It was like, oh fuck, I gotta go get the mail. I need to smoke before I go get the mail. Oh, fuck, I got to go get gas or groceries. I need to smoke before I go, and then smoke when I get back. And it was a really bad it was almost like crack to where it wouldn't even do anything to me.
It was like you were winging yourself.
Dude, it was so fucked up. And then it got to the point I'm like, well, if I'm smoking, I'm 21, 22, any job that's going to pay you a decent wage, you got to go get fucking drug tested. So it's like, I'm fucking stuck. So what are you going to do now? I'm like, well, I'm going to have to fucking quit. And just by the grace of God, thank God, this is the fucked up part, is I can go get a job whatever I wanted with Vicodin or Oxy because it's fucking legal. Like, you go get drug tested, and I did. I got the job I got now. I failed for Oxy and Dilaudid, and like, oh, you got a prescription for it? No problem. We're going to send you on anyways. You're going to be responsible for people's medical equipment while they're doing surgery, and no worries, it's cool. But once I left to come to New Jersey, they wouldn't write the scripts anymore, and they're super strict out here. So you got to get like a medical card if you want to smoke out here. So I went and got my medical card because I'm like, all right, fine, we're just going to try this one more fucking time. And when I called my company, they're like, no, we'd rather you stay on the Oxy than you get a medical card. Can't have it. It's So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that's the big pharma of the world.
I'm like, fuck it, man. So I quit cold fucking turkey, everything. And I sat in my apartment by myself for 2 weeks, throwing up and shitting myself and going through the withdrawals of everything.
No.
And then there was this kratom shit that I've been taking. I found it, and it's legal everywhere.
Yeah, it's like CBD.
It's like CBD.
I've seen kratom in damn near every smoke shop that I go to. Speaking of which, shout out to Just Blaze Smoke Shop in Phoenix, Arizona. Shameless plug.
You never want to get anything from a gas station that has kratom in it because there's so many fillers. That's like the dirtiest of cocaine, how they filter the shit down. But I started researching this kratom shit.
Yeah, no, John has found a connect, like direct to source connect. Yeah. Like it goes through one pair of hands before it gets to John. It's packaged at the site, goes through one pair of hands. I mean, John has done, besides doing everything except for flying to Thailand or Indonesia, where it's actually produced or manufactured, John has vetted the source. It's incredible.
Nice.
Well, and as the quality got better too, there's pretty much two strands. There's one strand that makes you think you're taking cocaine, and the other strand makes you feel like you're getting a powerful opiate.
Heroin.
So
Right.
the shit, I mean, it's to the point to where now if I take half a teaspoon like 3 times a day, I'm good. There's like no pain. There's no nothing.
So do you just ingest it or do
Yeah.
you smoke it? What is
You just
ingest
kratom?
it. It's just a powdered
What
form.
is-
It's like it's a tree. It's an oak tree that's in the coffee family.
Okay.
So you dry the leaves, you crumble up the leaves.
it almost
It's
comes and it looks like keef, like a big bag of keef.
I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see what it is, but I don't know what it's made from, or if it's its own plant, or like like all of a sudden I saw everybody's like, oh, you got to try kratom, or you got to smoke CBD, and I'm like, no,
No, I'm
I'm
good.
gonna stick with weed.
Yeah.
Now, kratom only works if you're an alcoholic or you were addicted to opiates. It's the only
Oh,
thing. Like if I would have known what I know now, I would have never went through withdrawals. Like if someone was itching from heroin or they're drunk so they need to go have a drink, you could take half a teaspoon and you're normal. Like that's how fast the shit hits. Like it completely tricks your brain and helps
Wow.
you wean off of it.
that's tight.
And
It's
the
beautiful that we do
negative
have-
side effects, because right now you sound like the guy from Dewey Cox, who's like, it's the best drug there is,
I was about
Sure
to
the
say,
fuck
what
is.
is what are the negative side effects?
So I haven't had any negative side effects. Not one. And I get my blood work once a month when I go to my doctor. I get my liver tested, all that shit, everything. And the other thing too is when I went on those opiates, I gained like 160 pounds. Like I was almost up to like 4 biscuits. Towards you now, I'm fucking right at about 285, 270.
You look way healthy, man.
Yeah,
really healthy.
yeah.
Good shape. Definitely some of the best shape since I've seen you in college.
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, not me, man. I did the whole thing. When I left Greenville. I did like the Joe Thomas thing where I lost all of the weight. Going to festivals and partying all night and working at a warehouse unloading furniture
I
all
was
day.
gonna say, how comfortable are y'all talking about partying? Like you
Very.
brought it up earlier, because
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it if you're all uncomfortable talking.
No, man. I mean, people know. I mean, enough people know my past. Like, whether it's going to a festival or going to the bar or going to the club or whatever. I mean, I lived in
No.
Las Vegas through my middle, my early to mid 20s. Like, I grew up in Las
Did
Vegas.
you ever use
like,
kratom to stop using blow?
no, I never needed help stopping to do any of that stuff. Weed was the only thing that I ever liked doing on a regular basis. I was always really scared of cocaine.
Mm.
It was Molly that was like, I kind of like this. You know what I mean?
Molly is a
You know-
pretty good drug.
But again, kind of, I was the one that like kind of saw what was happening. I started distancing myself from people. Like, well, you'll see, like I've popped around a bunch of groups of friends, just like, yeah, I don't want to get too comfortable because I mean, this is what you guys are into, and I don't know that I, necessarily want to do that for as long as you guys are wanting to do that, or every single weekend, and things like that. Like, oh, whole house works on the strip, you know what I mean? So everyone's up at night, every night, all night, you know what I mean? Getting off at 3. Oh, the party starts at 3 a.m., you know what I mean? And it's just, you do that 3 nights in a row, you don't go to work on Monday, bad things tend to start happening. So, yeah, man, I love to party. Used to.
Next question is, what is your favorite strand / weed brand or company?
They got companies now?
Oh,
Yeah,
bro, they
man.
got tons of companies. I'll take this one.
Yeah, it's designer weed is the next thing, bro. I can't wait to
Really?
get all of my
Yeah, no, dude. You put it. The Weeds lady had it right. Have you seen Weeds, the show?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You put it in a nice box. You say it was grown in France.
Okay.
Okay, and you can charge $120 an eighth rather than $60 an eighth.
I just remember sour diesel and anything with purple in it. That was my go-to all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now like they've taken sour diesel and made fucking 100 different more plants. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
did.
saying?
They mixed sour diesel with Luke Skywalker II, and bang,
I
bang,
just
you get
had
something
some
great.
Kush. I don't even want to plug this company because they haven't sponsored me. But I just had some shit last week that tasted just like lemon pound cake.
Wow.
I love me some
Also,
lemon pound
that
cake.
same company makes weed that I bought with my own money, so I want my motherfucking money back, y'all. Tastes like pancakes. I was like, holy shit. Are
Wow.
you serious? There's cannabis that tastes and smells like pancakes?
It's almost like those cigarettes that kind of
Sign
taste
me
like
up.
cherry. They got the little cherry on the tip. Like,
Exactly.
that's nice. You know what I mean?
The crackles.
The crackle cigarettes, yeah.
I don't
It's
remember what
beautiful.
they're called.
It's beautiful.
What
Is
were
that
those
just
black ones
weed?
called? The cloves?
Cloves. That's what it was. Cloves. You're right. I was trying to think of what it was.
Go ahead.
And so what's your favorite way to consume?
So the Jack Herrera has been my go-to for a long time. It's just a really like energetic, kind of buzzy type of feeling. That's been my real go-to. I'm also a big Sour Diesel fan, like John was saying, but the holy grail for me had to be I believe it was the pre-98 Bubba. Was the primo select that I was
Kush.
That was the best I've ever had. Best anytime that's available, I'm probably in the market. It's like investing in junk bonds 40 years ago. And I don't know what junk bonds are, but I'm assuming if you did it 40 years ago, it's probably been good for you.
But you know what's crazy? We were talking about Greenville earlier. I've had one of the best strains of weed I've ever had in Greenville.
Yeah, because you got it
And
from
I
them.
don't even know if this girl was telling me the truth.
I'm kidding.
But we went to this house party, and this girl legit told me that the name of the fucking weed was Green Jesus.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was.
And I said, what the hell?
Yeah,
And
it was growing on a trailer park, across from Fifth Street.
Little do you know you were just smoking methamphetamine. Well,
Yeah, we got some fun people in the chat. They want to hear some edible stories. Edible story. I mean, 25. I need at least 50.
Ava.
I need at least
Shout out to
50
Ava.
to really actually like feel something. You know what I mean? But those 100 milligram nights, and then walking the the Las Vegas Strip. I mean, you don't get a much better night than that.
I didn't try edible until the summer after I graduated high school. But I've always like been a heavy smoker, so edibles don't hit me as much. However, when making your own, if you decide to make your own coconut oil, which on the episode I upload on YouTube is going to have a description on how to make meals. Listen, you can make every single meal as a medicated meal if you convert your cannabis into medicated coconut oil.
Yeah, I would also caution you doing that because you don't realize how much weed you're putting in your food
That's
when you
where I
do the
got
coconut
my fun
oil.
story,
Bro, have you seen that T-Pain video? Is it T-Pain?
No.
You know who I'm talking about. He's on Vice all the time.
Yeah, which
2
one?
Chainz.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz just sitting there taking 500 milligram like extract oil and putting it on his blunt while this guy's cooking like infused food or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was lit. He was lit. And that guy,
careful.
I mean.
And my best edible story came from edibles that I made. I made some medicated. Check this out. I made medicated orange chicken and fried rice.
Oh, man.
Fam, when I tell you I ate half of the bowl and fell asleep.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, and woke up and looked at the bowl and like, I don't even want to go down that road, I guess.
You know what? I'm going to finish that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a good time. So I recommend everybody at least trying on your own. Start with something small. you know.
Yeah, the little 10 milligram gummies are great. If you want to just step it up a little bit, the little 25 milligram gummies, they have them everywhere. They're little sugar gummies. They taste a little funny, but you're fine. Like they're great.
If you're a smoker, you're gonna need
you need at least 50.
75 milligrams.
I was gonna say 50.
I ate mine on a waffle my first time.
On a waffle?
Yeah,
like syrup?
No, so we just grinded up weed and we put it in butter and we put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and then somebody
mistake.
Someone brought the waffle upstairs to me and poured the weed and the butter on the waffle and then
What's
I
up,
ate the
Bryce?
waffle and I threw the fuck up everywhere.
Hey, Bryce.
Because that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the second time we tried making it, we put it into cookies, and I ate a Vicodin while I was eating these fucking edibles, thinking, oh, they're fucking cookies. Chips Ahoy don't even fucking do nothing to me. What could these fucking cookies possibly do that are weed cookies? This is like 2013, okay? It's a while ago. But I was just standing on my toilet throwing up into the corner. I was standing on the lid of the toilet throwing up into the corner of the room.
Yikes.
Pretty fucked up. Don't do that.
I got another question for you. If you could smoke with one celebrity alive, who is on your smoke list? Who are you smoking out? You too, John. It could just be a cigar. You don't have to smoke weed with him. And just, like somebody that you want to sit down, have a smoke with, and chat about life.
Smoking a scotch. Smoking a scotch.
For the record, as soon as I retire, I will become a pothead. As soon as this shit's over. But I don't know. I'd probably have to go with Diaz or Rogan. Sit in that room with Rogan and fucking smoke. That'd probably be your best bet, man.
Oh my gosh, I could totally see you Elon Musking.
Oh god. Fucking panic attack in a minute.
Yeah. I don't know, Joe. It's been a while.
Are you sure this is regular Kush?
Yeah. I just tried the transcendental meditation tank, so I don't really know what to think right now.
Speaking of which, I can't wait to hop on one of those.
Yeah, the float tanks.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I'm going to go political on you. I'm going to go Barack Obama. I want to know if he knew about this whole everything that's going on right now. I want to know if he knew, and that's why he didn't like it. I don't know. I hope that he didn't know, and that's why Hillary wasn't his running mate. That's why it was Joe Biden, because he was like less baggage, I guess.
So
that's what I want to know. I just want to sit down with him and be like, man, what's going on? And two, I think that man can tell a story. You know what I mean? I think that man will, obviously control the conversation, and
he can definitely he show you how to
tell you some stories, man. You start getting Barry, start getting.
Now we talked about the celeb alive, celebrity dead.
Yeah,
one person dead that you want to smoke with.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go JFK.
Ooh, JFK's a good one.
Yeah, because I think he was a big pothead.
I want to talk to the Jews who killed fucking Jesus. That's who I want to sit down and have a conversation.
Oh, God.
What the fuck were you guys thinking?
Whoa, guy. No.
John, settle down.
No. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
No, John. Oh, shit.
Yeah, LA, transition off of that. Go ahead.
I would smoke with Bob Marley. I would smoke with Bob Marley.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What about alive?
I think I said alive, right? Oh no, I didn't.
I don't think so.
Alive, it'll probably have to be Snoop or Wiz.
Okay.
Like to be able to sit and smoke with Snoop or Wiz, that'd be pretty.
Have you done that Mike
That's
Tyson
a typical
weed yet?
No.
Doesn't Mike Tyson have like a big weed farm?
He's got a big weed company. I just don't know.
I'm sorry, I take that back. Damian Marley alive, Bob Marley dead.
Oh, you want to compare stories?
I've gotten to see Damian perform live, and that was amazing.
Yeah, I've seen Damian too. We were at reggae night at the M Casino.
Nice.
Yeah.
He came out here to Phoenix to the Van Buren. This is like tight venue, 2,000 people, and just sitting there listening to that. smoking a nice J in the middle. 2,000 people watching this show is unbelievable
That's
experience.
crazy.
It's an unbelievable experience. Dead, obviously Bob Marley or Prince, because I love both of them as artists. We already talked about the craziest smoking story. What's your favorite weed movie? I know we said we'd review Pineapple Express, but just
I gotta
tell me
watch
your
it. I've
favorite
never
weed
seen it.
movie.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen. I meant to watch. I've been so fucking busy this week, though. I
Oh
have
my
not had time to
goodness.
watch that.
I forgot that one of my favorite lines in all of Hollywood is like the first 5 minutes of that movie, where Bill Hader is sitting there smoking weed in a big tank, in an underground bunker in the middle of nowhere. He's smoking item 9,
Yeah,
and like he's just like, all right, Private, how do you feel? He's like, I feel like a big slab of butter on on a huge stack of flapjacks, just melting in. And if you watch it, I'm butchering it right now, but if you watch it, Bill Hader does a way better job. And then he just like, Pineapple Express is my favorite.
Really?
Bar none, hands down. Yeah, Pineapple Express, or I mean, I guess Lords of Dogtown is kind of a weed movie. I enjoyed Lords of Dogtown.
The original Friday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How do you
Original
forget
Friday.
that? LA, what about you, man?
I want to say How High,
Mm.
but
I remember watching that. Shout out Aunt Sarah. I remember watching that with my Aunt Sarah and cracking up. Watching that and listening to Ludacris, Blueberry Yum Yum.
classic stoner song, by the way.
Bro,
That
I
is.
know. I probably know every word of that song, even to this day.
Shout out to Ludacris, man.
We used
Shout
to
out
bump that when I was learning for my driver's permit.
Was How High with Chappelle?
No,
No, that
How
was
High
Method
with
Man and
Method
Redman.
Red.
I don't think I've seen that one either.
Oh, buddy.
Chappelle was
Half baked.
Baked. Yep. That's right.
why am I drawing a blank right now? What are your
Because
future
you're two
plans?
joints deep.
No, this is still the first one. This is still the Khalifa.
Oh, is it?
I haven't
Oh,
even
is it?
put the Dream Queen. Yeah,
There has been a steady, a steady drop
yeah.
off.
This
You
Khalifa
keep
Kush
phasing out.
burns. This Khalifa Kush burns pretty slow.
I'm just saying, you kind of get bored with my stories. You just start zoning out on the horizon. It's like, oh shit! I better flip it back to. I better pass it back to LA really quick.
You look like
We're
Dave.
losing him. We're losing him.
You look like Chris Angel before he's getting ready to do a mind trick.
My bad.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, I was definitely enjoying the story about the movie.
He felt like he was in the story.
I'm like, wait. I feel like this is Pineapple Express.
Yeah, no. Oh man. Back to favorite weeds. Pineapple Express, not bad. Yeah, man. John, do you want to take this future plans?
You know, I don't know. The one thing I have been thinking about is with me fixing as many surgical instruments that I do. I'm trying to come up with one
Huh.
that if I can just figure out how to make one that they don't have, that they don't use, it make you rich. Like the biggest thing now is some fucking guy decided, like, you know how if you get a 6-pack, there's little rings that the fish get caught in. Some guy made that just to separate all the wires that are like for the IV, for your heart monitor, so that they don't get tangled up.
Yeah.
He must have made probably $40 million off of that, just that little piece.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the coffee collar idea. Whatever
Yeah.
that movie is, there was a movie where the guy where Patrick Dempsey was rich basically because he invented the coffee collar. You know, that 2-cent little coffee ring that keeps you from burning your hands. He got 1 cent of. You know what I mean? And he made,
Yep.
$billions of dollars.
So it's just got to be something like that. That's my main focus right now.
Just finding an invention.
Coming up with the
Biggest-
product.
Something.
Yeah.
You got to have something that people need that is already there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be pretty excited to get like this little merch business off the ground. I'm doing some salsa, some different testings right now with some salsas. Thinking about getting a nice smoked tomatillo salsa on the market, you know, with some nice branding. Got to figure out all of that. Other than that, man, I'm gonna be a great fucking salesperson here in Dallas, and I'm gonna keep kicking ass.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Well, what's next for me is
Yeah, sorry, LA. What's next for you? Damn,
we're gonna I'm getting my foot and arms into the cannabis market, and I'm going to start doing events, and I'm going to continue to help artists with artist consulting, artist development, showing them how to do stage design and stuff. But as far as passive income, I plan on getting my hands into the cannabis branding, the cannabis marketing, and growing and everything like that. So I got a lot of stuff I'm excited about in the future in the next 5 to 10
Cryptocurrency, guys. Cryptocurrency. If you're not in on it, you get in on it, man. Like, do it now. Like, I went yesterday, spent $100. I got like 1,000 tokens. Okay, it's monopoly money right now.
Yeah,
okay?
it sounds cool. I'm still one of those cash, you know.
Yeah, well,
like, we'll see.
Okay, a few things real quick. We got 2 minutes and 51 seconds left on the audio podcast. Real quick, okay. Cash, they're making everything cashless because it transmits the disease, the coronavirus. Okay.
That's bullshit.
So a lot of people are going cashless. There's apparently because everyone's going cashless, there's apparently a national coin shortage, whatever that's supposed to mean. Yeah. And also, too, our government just pumped in $5 trillion into our economy. Okay. At that point, they're just printing fun money. Okay. That at some point, that's going to come back to bite us in the ass. Decentralized systems, don't rely on the government for your money.
Well,
okay?
I don't want to put that out there. So
okay,
we'll say that topic for another conversation. Like I said, I'm still a firm believer in the U.S. dollar and cash, and I definitely support it, and I support what we got going on, as long as we're not fucking people over.
I'm getting a surplus of fur pelts.
There you go, John.
To sell pelts. I'm going to buy a bunch of fur pelts, collect them, and then get large bags of salt.
I just bought 50,000 Nalgene bottles, and I have them in pallets. In my garage, and I bought them for 1 cent in China, and they're not actual Nalgene bottles. They're just bottles, and I put the Nalgene sticker on them, and now I'm going to resell them on Amazon for $20, $19.99 really. So just hit up my Amazon store.
Wow, you might as well just put a Louis V sticker on it and charge $199.
Buddy, that's why we're getting into business together.
Handcrafted, son.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on Cannabis and Coffee. It's definitely been a pleasure talking with you. I appreciate y'all coming on and interviewing and talking about your life and going over with the people and everything. I would love to chat with y'all again soon. Shout out your socials before we hop off real quick.
Yeah, we're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Outspoken Gents, or The Outspoken Gents. We're on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. That'll be expanding shortly, and we're here every Wednesday or Thursday night. Check our social medias for a live stream. Yeah. Thanks, LA. We appreciate the time, man. And thanks for having us on. This has been a great conversation.
Add this tag because once Madden 21 hits, we're going to be
XX Captain John XX.
Fullback.
That's Xbox or Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Ah,
it's coming.
Yeah, John's been whooping some ass in Madden.
If y'all Xbox, you see that right there? LaTosque. Boom. Add me. All social media.
So you did the same thing. You did the same thing I did. I got in on everything early, and I just made an account, so everything is Cody Herzog.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
No problem.
So, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all again soon, and